Well, good morning, Senator Hope. It is December the 22nd, and just want to stop and say Merry Christmas to you. It's going to be a different one this year, I get that, but I certainly hope that you have a wonderful Christmas, whatever it looks like. I hope you have a wonderful one. And on that note, I got thinking, and I'd like to tell you a story about a guy that I knew. Now, this guy, for all intents and purposes, had a great life growing up. No issues whatsoever. Had a wonderful family, and when Christmas time rolled around, well, that was the time. You'd say that they loved putting the tree up. They used to go out and cut their own Christmas tree for a long time, and putting the Christmas tree up was a big tradition of theirs. And getting together with family on Christmas Day was always a wonderful thing. Had a great childhood doing that, and even when he grew up, he got married, had his own kids, and would still get together on Christmas Day with the family, have a big meal, spend some time together, open some presents, that type of thing. Always had a wonderful time. Christmas was one of his favorite times a year. Absolutely loved it. Everything about it. Because, who doesn't? Well, then something happened. And by something, I mean a fracture in the family happened. A traumatic event that just shook the family to the core. And it was hard to recover from it. In fact, it was harder for this guy more than anybody else, it seemed, because this event that took place absolutely rocked his world to the point that he stopped liking Christmas. See, it took place in December, this awful traumatic event. And from that moment on, he couldn't stand Christmas. In fact, the year that it happened, didn't celebrate Christmas at all. And I'd love to say that it got better afterwards, but it really didn't. Things just started to get worse and worse for this guy, because every time December rolled around, he was reminded of this traumatic event, and pretty soon that's all he could focus on. That was it. It was like he was inside a cage without any way to get out. Had no idea how to get out of that cage, and it just seemed like he kept getting smaller and smaller and darker and worse and worse. In fact, he tried to avoid Christmas altogether. Several years didn't put up a Christmas tree, didn't put up a single decoration. His wife wanted to, but he was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'll see you in January. This guy did not like Christmas, and this is a polar opposite of what he used to be like. Now, there were glimpses of hope that he would see trying to find his way out of this cage, but every time he seemed to find a way that would finally get him out, well, he would find it was locked. And what seemed like an opportunity faded away into oblivion again. Well, this went on for several years, and things seemed to get worse and worse. But suddenly, another traumatic event took place. But this was in a good way. After doing about 5 or 6 years of hating Christmas, something happened. Something changed his mind. And there was a glimmer of hope, and he followed that. See, he was able to get together with some of his family again and realized, this is what I've been missing. And a smile broke across his face that hadn't been there in quite a long time. And pretty soon, he found himself actually singing a Christmas song, which, if you know the guy, is not a normal thing. And after a little bit, that cage that he was in, well, he found a way out. And he was able to actually start enjoying Christmas again. Guys, I'm afraid that this year might be one of those traumatic events that might start some of you down that road of not liking Christmas. I'm afraid this might be one of those traumatic events that is going to alter how you view things. Don't let it. Don't let this Christmas stop you from enjoying ones in the future. We have to focus on what this is truly about. Getting together with family is a wonderful part of Christmas. It really is. But if we're not able to do that this year, that won't prevent us from enjoying it. It won't stop us from future Christmases getting together and enjoying it. Don't let this one be the one that stops you. Believe me, once I found my way out of that cage, I never wanted to go back in. And I don't want you guys in there either. I want you to have a very Merry Christmas this year. I truly hope you have a wonderful one. Call your family, see them online, do FaceTime with them, whatever you have to do. But I also want to make sure that you understand what helped me get out of that cage right there was the realization that it wasn't all about me, that it wasn't about my family, and it wasn't about that traumatic event. Ultimately, it was Christ that was the center of this holiday, and I needed to focus on that, and I lost my way for a little while, but I found my way back. I hope you guys remember that. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the new year.